Hello. I actually have a plan for the stream today. Um, Before I was kind of winging it, but now I actually have a plan. We're going to do the basic Archiso setup. Then we're going to update the pacman.conf and include the chaotic AUR. Change the name from Arch to Songbird OS. Remove the accessibility entry from GRUB. Test the ISO, and then if we have time, we'll work on the installer, which is called Stave, or we'll end it there. So we'll start with the basic Archiso setup. And I only have the build folder in here now. We're going to want to copy over /user/share/archiso/configs/ and then the profile name. Using the cp command. I'm actually not sure what profiles we have, just baseline and relang. To Arch Live, perfect. And we're going to cd into Arch Live. We've done this. This is done now. Now we need to update the pacman.conf. And so we're going to update the pacman.conf to include multilib and the chaotic AUR. So I'm going to have a look at my /etsy/pacman.conf. I'm going to take this bit. Actually, I'm going to cat it instead. I'm going to grab this bit. And then I'm just going to put it at the bottom here. How do you get this kitty animation? This one, the cursor animation, is in my kitty config. And it is this one here. You set cursor trail to 1. So that's literally all you need to do, and then you will have the lovely cursor animations. It's that simple. I turned on low latency for this stream, so actually you're seeing only a couple seconds behind what I'm showing instead of like a minute or two like it is normally. And I've been forgetting to do that, which is a pain, but we have low latency on this stream. Now we're going to install the chaotic AUR. In here, I have the chaotic AUR installed on my system, but we just want to install it on this system here. We need this though. Maybe we add the chaotic AUR afterwards. Like we append it to this. I think that's a good idea. So we need to append the chaotic AUR and do all of this stuff if the user wants to. If the end user wants the chaotic AUR installed, then it will just be a config option, I think, and then we can run all of this stuff. And that'll be how they get the chaotic AUR. So this needs to be a stave option. Optional repositories. So this needs to be done in stave rather than in Archiso. Right. We need to change the name. Prepare a custom profile. We found it before. I think it tips and tricks. No, it is not in tips and tricks. It will be somewhere in here. Well, adding repositories, ArchCFS example. That's how we do it. Then we need to add their mirror list. Okay, we will do this then. We will do this. This browser, this is not in my terminal. This is LibreWolf, but it's got a Firefox extension called TextFox. I'm releasing a new config video in maybe this coming week. And it will detail my setup for 2025, even though we're 3 months in now, or 2 months in. It will detail all of that stuff, and it should kind of go through my setup. And I'm not using Firefox because of their terms of use stuff. And I just don't really want to deal with that. Start by copying the file /etc/release into this etc folder. Etc, and then we want OS release. And we want this one. We're going to change the name from Endeavor to Songbird. Of course. Songbird OS, pretty name. Songbird OS. Name will be Songbird OS Linux x86-64. Home URL will be github.com/ believe that's the right link to the repo. We want, where is it? Here, this one. Yeah, okay, good. We've got the correct link. Documentation URL. We don't have one yet. Support URL, still don't have one yet. Logo. We don't actually have a logo. We'll keep the EndeavourOS logo for now. But then we do need to actually put in a logo. Build ID, rolling, ID like Arch, ID Songbird OS. It's all we're gonna change for now. Pass WD, the root shell is going to be Z shell. That is correct. Here are our entries, our EFI entries. We're gonna rename this. I'm sure we can turn beep off. And we want to change this to songbirdos.conf. I'm going to delete this entry and delete the memtest entry. Rename this to songbirdos. And we're going to edit this. Title. Install Songbird OS, sort that one, init RAM FS, Archiso base there, Archiso search UUID. That's fine. That's everything that we need to change. grub.cfg and loopback.cfg. Menu entry. Default. Songbird OS. Timeout 15. Timeout style menu. So that's for EFI boot. This is for this. This is for GRUB. We don't want this screen reader because we don't have that anymore. We also don't want memtest because we also don't have that anymore. Class GNU Linux, class Arch, Archiso platform. This is fine, this is fine. So these are both fine. ID Songbird OS. Where's the Arch variable in here? We've got a GRUB platform. We don't have Arch. We've got an Archiso platform as well. I've lost chat. You're gonna see my, actually, you're not gonna see my YouTube studio. I just need to go to my live panel quickly. There we go. I see everything again. Stream health. Stream is healthy. Good. Now you don't get to see that. Okay. We don't want to show this. We don't need to show that. We want to do install Songbird OS, class Songbird OS, or class Arch. I think we want to keep this as class Arch. This is EFI shells. Default Songbird OS. So that's the ID. Okay. I want to see what my grub.cfg looks like. /grub. Is it in? Where is it? It'll be /boot. Oh. We don't need to see it, it's fine. I also don't have my chat. I need to pop out my chat. There we go. Now I can see chat. So this is the Bootstrap packages. These are all the packages that we have by default, like refined and sudo and syslinux. Z-shell, of course. ISO name. Songbird OS. We'll do Songbird. We can leave all of this as it is. Yep, ISO publisher, we will have me ISO application. We will leave that now, for now. We want the date, we want the year. We want the ISO build mode. ISO version is this, that's fine. This all looks okay. We just want to change this, I think, to Songbird OS Stall Media or Live ISO. Live Media. Okay. This looks fine. Syslinux. Oh, it's a PNG file. We can have a look at that with iCat. This is fine. This is fine. I think. Oh, this is the loop back, isn't it? Oh no, this is grub.cfg. This is all fine. I think. /boot/arch. I think this is fine. Is that what we have defined in here? Yes, this is this. Okay. /boot/x8664/VMC Linux. Okay, that's fine. That's good. The loopback needs to be basically the same. Install Songbird OS. We don't want to show the Arch or the platform class Arch, and the ID will be Songbird OS. And we want to boot Songbird OS. We also don't want to have the screen reader and no mem test. And then we wanted to keep the EFI shell around. I believe. Yes, the EFI shell stays around. Because that allows us to change UEFI firmware settings. So that is all good. EFI boot has been changed. AI root FS needs changing a little bit more, but otherwise is fine. So this is an automated script. The login file. User local bin. Install guide, and it executes the links. Choose mirror. Live CD sound. share has the live CD sound in it. We can put something in scale here, which will go into adding files to the image, which will go in scale. To add a file to the install user's home directory, place it in /ai-rootfs/root. To add a file to all other users' home directories, place it in archlive/ai-rootfs/etsy/scale. The root user to set different permissions or ownership, files and or add folders. Use the file permissions associative array in profile.def.sh. So if we put something in scale, it will be added to all users. This is an empty directory right now. We want to add .config. And then under .config, we can add our Kitty config, but we need to actually install Kitty. Does this install Xterm and UXterm? No. We're going to install Neovim. And we're going to install Micro instead of Nano. And we're going to keep all of this nicely bundled in alphabetic order. NV goes before NVMe, so NVIM there. We also want to add Micro instead of Nano, just because Micro looks better. It's more modern. Go after K. We're also going to use Zelage instead of Tmux. I think that's everything that we need. We're also going to have Stave installed. But we're going to leave that for now. No, I'm not a girl, and it's not a voice changer, I'm just high pitch. Yeah, I'm just high pitched. We do need EFI boot manager, GPM, gpart. We have Kitty term info here, but we don't have Kitty. We don't have any terminals in here at all. Oh, we have foot term info, but no terminal. I think we're going to install. Yeah, we don't need Kitty by default. It can be in the packages that we install. We can have a list in our stave config, which can be put in /etsy. There will be a pacman.d in here, or a pacman config in here. There will be a pacman.conf here. So we can also put in our other config files, like our stave.config. Stave/config.toml. We'll add a logo file. We also need to add packages.list. But we can ignore that. Stave is the installer software that we're creating for this. I haven't shown it off yet, I don't think, but it's the one that we are going to have. Local time, UTC, hostname, Archiso. We'll leave that for now. Password, shadow. So under scale, we don't have anything yet. What default configs do we want? .config. We can have a micro config, I think. We just don't want any buffers in there. We could have MPV. Neri, no. New shell, no. Nvim, yes. We do want my Nvim config, because mine is objectively the best. We don't want OBS, we don't want Obsidian, we don't want Oh My Posh, we don't want Plasma Workspace, we don't want Pulse, we don't want QBitTorrent, we don't want Rofi, Session, Starship, Superfile, Sway, or any of this stuff. Actually, we could have the Neovim one will be installed later. We don't want menus or Libre Spray or anything like that. We might install Glow for Markdown files, because I think it's the easiest way to read Markdown files, and I'm pretty sure it's in the official repo. Yeah, command line Markdown renderer. It's an absolutely awesome piece of software as well. In here, we're going to add Glow. Gpart. Yeah, Gpart is Glow. It's awesome. We also want to install Bat, which is a better cat. I like it. I very, very much like Bat over cat. What can we add to the .config by default? We can add a bat config, which will be Catpuccine. We could add Zealot config. In scale, we can have Oh My Posh. So we're going to copy my. We're going to copy my .config into AI root fs / scale / .config. I didn't mean to do config. I meant to do zshelrc. And then we're just going to change something. We're not going to include any of this stuff at the start. We don't want to have this here. We probably want this in .local / bin. We do want Zenit. We don't want Oh My Z Shell. We don't want power level 10k. We don't want anything to do with power level 10k. We want all of this stuff. We want that. We'll keep this. We want Ezra installed then. We will have C set to clear. We uninstall a package. This uninstalls all of a package. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. This is all fine. We also don't need any of my old NeoVim aliases. We don't want that one. We don't want that one. DF is fine. We can keep reload. We don't want that. We don't want Helix either. We don't want the iCat one. I don't have that anymore. We don't need that. We don't need that. We should probably actually add some comments to this. Otherwise, nobody will know what's going on. There is no voice changer. Absolutely no voice changer. That is awesome, yeah. It has syntax highlighting and everything. I'm pretty sure you can get that with cat, but it's harder. We will keep that make dir command because that one is very useful. We're going to delete that. We don't really need the pack search stuff. We don't need that. We don't need that. We will have trash installed by default. Mockp won't be installed by default. Keep all of this stuff. That's FCF configs. We don't have Pokemon color scripts, but we can install it. We don't need the GRUB default directory. We don't need the keyboard vendor. That's a variable that I set myself. We do want this path. But we don't want this first bit. Editor will be NeoVim by default. Terminal can be auto set. Bat theme can be cappuccino mocha. This all looks fine. We will remove this, I think. TS is trash, yep. We'll create some more trash stuff. TSL will be trash dash list. TSE will be trash empty. We don't need this pfetch command, which is actually fast fetch, because I purposefully made my fast fetch look like pfetch. This is fine. This is quite useful. I use it. We can have Ezra installed because Ezra is really, really useful. Oh, it looks like that. Ezra-1, we'll put it into a list. Okay. Ezra-2, I guess we'll... never mind. Right, for that Ezra command, this one, this is a long list, this is a short list. Ezra-LH. Oh, okay, that's ls-al then. It's the same thing, except it has the labels at the top. That's very useful, actually. Which is, I actually don't know what that's set to. LL, long list. Oh, no, that's the long list all. Alias LT is list folders as a tree. That's cool. I don't need the tree command anymore. That's very useful. Well, I guess I'm uninstalling tree right now. And then this can be aliased to tree. We can keep this. This should be the default. We should be sorting by name and grouping the directories first. This should be the default. Default ls. Then we don't need that. I guess I don't need my own. I guess I can update my own config. Things are feeling a little laggy. I wonder why. We're only at 3.11 gigs of RAM. We're only at 10% CPU. There's not really an issue with that. I don't know why we're lagging a bit. If we are lagging at all, I think it might just be the amount of rendering we're doing. 50 degrees really isn't actually that hot for a laptop. So I'm fine with all of that. Oh, I'm still in resize mode. There we go. This should be... This is fine. Yes, this is okay. This will be useful commands. Shorthand for clearing the screen. Or shorthand for cleaning or clearing the output. This is a Zoxide shortcut. Actually, we don't need this one. Use human readable by default. Or the disk free command. And reload the Z shell config. List of folders as a tree, that's fine. I changed the stream's FPS to 48 instead of 60, which it was at before. Hopefully it's not actually making too much of a difference. I think YouTube only streams in 30 at 30 FPS by default anyway. And then and then if you have like premium, you could stream at 60 FPS. I'm not sure though. That might be how it is. This does makes the direct if the required directories do not exist. I believe that's what that does if I'm correct. These are some cd commands. One directory up. There we go, and then this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know why you would need to go 5 direct. Other than again, you can be really, really nested like we are here. Trash. We could replace RM with trash. But I don't think that's a good idea. Because they have different we can do this. Because we want them to use the trash command instead of RM, because RM deletes it. Trash puts it in the trash directory, which is in local share trash or local state trash. It's really useful to use that instead of RM. I believe it's called trash CLI. This one, yes, 3.8 thousand stars. This one, trash put, trash RM, you know, this. And it has a bit where it says some people like to, oh yes, alias it. But sometimes I forget to use trash put, really, can't I? You could alias RM to something that will remind you to not to use it. So this is what we'll have. This is what we'll do. Echo, and then we're going to echo something and return false. Not, there we go. False, which is just the exit code 1. That's all that does. It just returns an exit code of 1. Echo use TS for file removal instead. And then we can have a \n. If you do rm type \rm to use it. I think that's what we should do. because then they can do ts-help or man ts, and it's much better this way. We need to copy this just to make sure that this works. If you want to use RM, oh, did it reverse this? Yeah. // should work though. /R doesn't work. Use TS for file removal. Instead, we can put this in quotes like this, right? And hit it with a /. There we go. // If you want to use it, type /rm. And then if you want to use rm, type // There we go. So you need to do triple /. I don't know why. Which browser is that? This is LibreWolf. I moved away from Firefox, but it's LibreWolf with TextFox installed. It's a really cool project. This one by Adrian Carlin. It looks like this by default, but with some simple configuration, it can look really, really good. I did the manual install. But that's just me. I prefer to do that over the install file. So we want to do this. We want to also have /x1b 003b 001b. I believe it's like this, 31M. No, it's not that. Is it? What's the other one? ANSI color codes. Is it 033? Ah, not 033. 003. 033. There you go. And then we need to set it back at the end. /003 0M. And that should reset it at the end. 033. I always forget that it's 033 and not 003. Maybe we should do it in blue instead, which I believe is 33. That's yellow. Is it 32? Or 34, maybe. I was right. And then we can use green, which is probably 35 or 36. We'll start with 36, which is teal. 35, I guess, then, which is magenta. We'll get there eventually. 37. Is it 32? Is 32 green? And yeah, I'd get there. We're just trying to style this because, you know, styling's important. Styling is the most important part of everything. 0, 33, 32M, and then afterwards we're going to reset it. And that means that we can remove the backticks as well. Because we don't need the backticks if we're going to color the text anyway. And that should give us this lovely coloring. We need to change 0M to 34M though, just so it goes back to being blue. 34, I missed one. 34 and 34. And I've used the wrong thing. 33, 34. I did the same thing here, 33, 34. Perfect. And then we can just copy this command, Control-Shift-C. And we can put it in here. I'm actually not using Hyperland, which it's probably surprising to quite a few people. I'm using Sway. Well, I'm using Sway FX, which is a fork of Sway. And it adds window blurring and transparent border radius, and that's kind of all I use it for. But it's really good, and it's really, really resource efficient. So instead of using loads of resources like Hyperland does, my system runs at, if it's really cool, like really cold, I've seen it go down to 29 degrees on a laptop. It was on idle with BTOP open and Kitty. So not completely idle, but it got down to 29 degrees and 850-ish megabytes of RAM, which is really, really good for something that looks amazing. So we also need to install Fuzzy Finder on here. Unless it's already added in here, which I don't think it is. FCF, very important. One of the best packages, because it's just so helpful. We're going to, that needs to be in Skell instead of .config. Sway is just so much more resource efficient than Hyperland. Because I remember it would, when I was using Hyperland, it would be like the second I opened Firefox, it would just be fans blowing pretty hard. I did have animated borders, but it was still pretty heavy. Next, what are we going to do? We're going to add my FCF config. I believe it's in ~/.config/ /FCF. No, there's no FCF config. There is a bat config to AI root fs /.conf /skel /.config, and we need to cp-r copy recursively. We also want to copy over. I don't think man. No man config. Man is done in a different way because it uses bat instead. You just set the man pager, which is what we've done. We need Zoxide installed. We need to add some other stuff. Neovim config. We'll just go inside. What do you mean no items in scale? There was items in scale a second ago. There is items in scale. What? What? Yazi is tripping. Everything's tripping. I don't know why. There's clearly stuff in scale. We don't want the readme in here. We also don't need the assets in here either. Oh, it's because it's dot files. That's why. That's why. Because I have dot files disabled by default. There we go. It's still, yeah, there we go. There's our stuff. I knew something was wrong. What else do we need? For our Z-shell config. We need Eza. This stuff. So we need Eza, and that's it. We also need Zoxide installed. And curl. Right? Oh, we need Git. Is Git installed by default? No. Where does it go? It goes before glow. What else do we actually need? Eza, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and Zoxide, of course. This, slash dot local slash share slash trash. List the contents of tilde slash local slash trash. Share trash. We should put a slash to indicate that trash is a directory. And then this will be empty. Empty the contents of tilde slash dot local slash share slash trash. Why am I putting full stops on the end? We can add tsrm or ts-rm. We removed the trash. Let's reopen that, because we still need it. This one, trash rm. Trash rm. Remove one entry. Remove one item. There. That's all of the ones that we need. Restore can also be useful though, so and actually we can, unless restores a already, what does restore do? Oh, actually, is it aliased? What does restore do? I don't want to find out, to be honest. We can overwrite restore. If you need to, you can use backslash. Empty is not one. We can alias empty. List. Trash ls. Or lst. We can put this in here actually. And we can actually change this. We can change this to use Eza instead. Eza -1 -- icons equals auto -- equals name -- group -directories first. We can also have -- Actually, that means that we don't need this or this. Actually, we can probably have sort name -- $home /local /share /trash. And let's try this command. Perfect. This works. What is that from? Oh, that's from that. Trash CLI is awesome, by the way. You should check it out. I didn't make it, but I definitely think it's an awesome piece of software. In here, we have LST, which does this, and it'll do that. We have this RM alias, we have this trash alias, empty, restore, and tsrm. This is just binding some keys. This is setting some options. This is my posh. This is for Fuzzy Finder and Zoxide. This is just setting the editor to NeoVim. And this is what we need. This is, I think, all we need. Everything. All of it. This is why I keep getting... this is why I keep getting that. When I type in a command that doesn't exist, I get this. And it's because I don't have the database files. This. It just means that I can't do this. In case a command is not found. We don't need this then. If I've been living without it, I'm sure it's fine. We also don't actually use the AUR helper at all. So we don't need to do that. We want to have Yazi installed as well, because this is what we use for Yazi, which means that I also need to copy over my Yazi file. XY Yazi. EP-R this, but we want Yazi instead. So that's good. Save everything. I don't think we're going to get around to testing the ISO today. I'm not sure if I want to test the ISO today, because we are still kind of here. We've done this. I don't think we want to build and test the ISO today, because we're still working on it. This is looking good right now. We did add as a... Oh, we also need to have Oh My Posh. And how's Oh My Posh getting installed? Because it's not here. I think that I need to have it installed. OMP for Oh My Posh. It's not here. Is it called Oh My Posh? Or does it not exist in the repo? Ohio, HTTP loader generator. Nope. I don't think it's in the AUR. Oh My Posh. Is this where I installed it from? I mean, is this where I installed it from? I think it might be. Please do not flag this package out of date. I think I actually did their install. Here. I think I did a manual install of it instead of just a regular install. I don't want a subscription, thank you. Wiki, oh my posh.dev here. Any shell, get started. Yeah, get started. Introduction, we want the install. Linux. I didn't use brew. Manual. Yes, I did pipe it in. I did do this. I'm sorry, I piped a script straight into bash. Naughty me. Oh dear, oh no. I trust this. I did it at my own risk. It's okay. New here, what are we doing? We are creating a Linux distribution called Songbird OS. We're currently setting up the default packages and Archiso because we don't need to compile the kernel. We're not changing the kernel right now. If we do need to compile the kernel, things will change. But for now, we don't need to. If we do compile the kernel, we will be using the Arch patches for it. So we need to install Oh My Posh, and actually we can do that using Yay. But that'll be in the actual install. Or actually, we can probably add it into. It's not healthy. Don't copy me. We can do this. We can do omp underscore home equals xdg data home or $home slash local slash share we don't want it to be in local slash share though, we want it to be in .config slash omp .config slash omp slash config.toml. I'm not sure. I know it's in the omp directory here, config.toml. Oh, but this will exist because we have it. We'll have it here. So we need to do if we need to do an evaluation. And then we need to run a command, which, oh my posh, which is, we don't have an OMP command, do we? It's o-my-posh. Oh my posh dash not equal dash ne0. This should work. And I know it's not safe to pipe stuff into it. Will this be available after you finish for download? Yes, it will be. It will be on the GitHub page. It will be on GitHub here under releases. I forgot to link this again last stream, so I will definitely be linking it this time. I'll also link Stave if you want to check that out. It's in very early development right now, but if you want to check it out, then you can. But yeah, this will be available under releases. We need to do this. Where is it? We've lost my posh. I trust it. So I am going to pipe it straight in. This is for, yeah, so it runs it with bash. I'm sorry. I have to. Well, I don't have to, but I'd much prefer to. This just makes it much easier. This should work, I believe. I think this is a valid one. We can test. Because shells allow for this. We can instead just echo this. We can echo install. We can echo not installed. Okay, maybe we can't just run it like this. Just looking at it, it should be fine, except this 0 should be in a quotes, I believe. No. I have a thing that I created. We're not doing LFS. We're doing Archiso. We will do LFS at some point in a stream. Maybe, I don't know. We'll do it at some sub goal. We'll do Gen 2 at the next sub goal, and then we'll do LFS at the one after that. We might do LFS if we ever get a silver play button. If we get a silver plaque. You're switching from Windows to Arch. Nice. It might be slightly difficult. As long as you've done all your research, though, it shouldn't be too bad. It should be under KBB. Yes. Okay. Okay. Um, I think I have other scripts that actually use this. Oh yeah, of course. Um, what is it in the default config? I can't remember. Okay, we'll just ls it because we don't have tree in our actual config. ls ws next, ws previous. Ah, that's the one. We want to do ws dash next. We're also going to clear the screen first. There we go. Greater than 4. So yeah, we've done this right. Yay! Ooh, we did it right. This is a lovely little JQ command. This just gets the workspace we're on and adds 1 to it. We can echo this, and I'll show you exactly what it does. Echo this. We want to stick quotes on it though. That's the next workspace. We're on workspace 1. That's literally all that does. So this should be right. This should be fine. This will just curl it and install it. Hopefully you don't delete your PC. You would move Windows to the timeout corner. For app compatibility, you could use bottles or wine or something else. Yeah, you can get a VM for Windows going on Arch, but if there's a low-end system, especially with an HDD, you probably don't want to do that. It would work, but it depends on the rest of your system specs. It might be slow, and it might be extremely painful. Yeah, Arch install is not what you should do. You should do the actual install guide. This browser is LibreWolf, by the way. With TextFox. You just need to run apps. You can use Bottles, which is a Flatpak, or you could use Wine. Yeah, Arch install is just a problem. First, it fails half the time, which is a pain. And second, using it kind of stops new users from actually knowing how to use Arch, especially if they're moving from Windows or a non-Arch distro. I've seen things on help posts like, how do I install stuff on Arch? And they used Arch install, and because of that, they just never heard of Pacman. They just don't know about Pacman, which is obviously a problem. You tried a few times on your laptop before your PC. Yeah, do. Otherwise, you might get stuck. So this is what we're going to do, just to make sure that Oh My Posh is installed. I think this is good. I think this is all fine. make sure zinit is installed. This makes sure my posh is installed. And then this setup zinit. This does history stuff. This does zinit stuff. That's all zinit stuff. This is we can put our evaluations here. This will be environment variables. And this will be evaluations. I think that's that stuff. This will be styling here. Non-OMP styling. So this is for Fuzzy Finder and for LS. This is for history, shell history, or command history. This is keybinds. Aliases. This is for Yazi. On Z shell. Just make sure that you're in the right directory. Archiso is Archiso is actually I can't remember. Archiso is in the ArchLinux GitHub repo. It might be. Yeah, it's just a bunch of scripts. Or it's one script. Two scripts. That's it. It's really simple. It's basically just an easier way to create an Archiso. That's it. Maybe it... Really? Archiso is Python? I think it's just shell scripting. Unless it runs it with Python or something like that. Well, we can check, can't we? It's in Archiso. Make Archiso. It might get run with Python. No, it's bash. It's pure bash. I don't know why you see Python errors when it fails though. Because it does seem to be just bash. Pure bash. Oh, Arch install, yeah. Arch install is Python based. Arch ISO is just a bash script. The Arch ISO downloading the Arch ISO it can take a while if you don't have good internet. Yeah, I was thinking that we should have some background music for the stream. Yes, you can rely on Steam Proton. I would recommend using Proton Experimental. That's what I always used. I don't have Steam installed on this system though. Because I did a reinstall and just didn't reinstall it. Steam Proton will let you play quite a lot of games. Obviously, anti-cheat games like Valorant just don't work because kernel level anti-cheat is not allowed on Linux. So you can check are we anti-cheat yet and ProtonDB for compatibility with games. Just follow the installation guide and you should be okay. If it's not okay, you've got to do your first round of troubleshooting. I think this is everything that we need in a bash script. We just need to add the oh my posh config. Copy OMP. And I can delete because I think I have, yes, I have a backup file, which I don't need in there. It's just a basic one that I think it's from Dreams of Code, actually, or Dreams of Autonomy. This is version 1. Yeah, I think this is from Dreams of Autonomy and I changed it a little bit. I think it looks good. That's OMP. We don't need anything else from there. I forgot that I have Lily Pond. That's all fine, I think. There's nothing really in there. Text highlighter transition thing where it does squash and stretch. On here on Kitty, my carrot, this thing, that animation. Yeah, that's a Kitty config. And that's a good point. We should add my Kitty config. Because Kitty will be the default terminal. Scale config. Kitty, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Don't need this or this. I don't think I'm including theme.conf because we're just using current theme instead, which is the Kitty theme that I like. It's Cappuccino Mocha. So I am using this. No, not that. This. This sets this nice bouncing cursor effect. It's called Cursor Trail. Oh, I do include the theme.conf, but it's overridden. So that's what I do. And then I have, in the terminal, I have it slowly blinking. Cursor Trail is an awesome thing. What are you using for your terminal right now? I imagine Alacrity, because it's the most similar to Kitty. I do see... I see, Kitty is kind of... Oh, Terminator. I'm using LibreWolf. Also on this distro. On Songbird OS, we will be using LibreWolf. Firefox isn't in here because, you know, it's a GUI app. And we will not be installing it by default. We will be using LibreWolf. Because LibreWolf is better. Yeah, I switched to LibreWolf a couple of weeks ago now, and it's been doing very well for me. I actually have Firefox uninstalled now. I think this is it for now. We have done most of the stuff that we wanted to. We didn't plan on adding configuration stuff, but we did. We're not going to build it today. I will be pushing all of this. What's the name? Songbird OS. Yeah. It's got a cool logo as well. Dot 3. Nope. Dot slash dot. CD into designs. And it looks wrong, but it... Oh, that's Songbird WM. Whoops. In here it will be this one. That's the logo for it. I do actually have a logo for the window manager as well. I don't know why it's not loading though. Yeah, this is the logo for Songbird OS. This is the thumbnail for the streams. We should add a .git ignore. And we'll ignore this. Also, these are the wallpapers. These two. They are the default wallpapers for Songbird OS. I'm gonna edit this to do ** slash *stream dot *stream dot. I think that should remove this. Let's have a check. Lazy git. Okay, well, we're gonna commit this stuff. Under the ISO directory, commit, we can work on the ISO. I'm gonna push that. It will take a while to push it, but never mind. We have good Wi-Fi. Fetch.png. Okay, /space stream.png, which should remove this. Yeah, that should remove this from there. You can also remove fetch.png. Is that a file? Yes, I am sure I want to delete that. Okay. Commit space commit added a .getignore. Push that. I don't know why my getignore is not working. Why won't you work? Why? Why a distro and not just a theme installer script? For experience. Yeah, people do just do Arch after distro hopping for a while. Yeah, it seems kind of fun to make a distro. It is. It's just interesting. It's nice to have your own thing. Tell me, what is EndeavourOS? I'm using EndeavourOS. What is it really? It has its own repo and its own theme, and that's about it. Will there be a different logo for the log in NeoFetch? No, because NeoFetch is archived and not maintained anymore. So I don't think it will show any logo in NeoFetch. But in FastFetch, it should show the Songbird OS logo when I think I need to make a pull request to actually get it added though. We're gonna have a look at my own getignore in Stave. Grrr. Why won't this work? Do I need to, do I just... Is there a getignore command? Can I auto-generate a getignore? Void does seem really cool. We're going to try Void on stream at some point. I haven't downloaded the ISO yet, but I'm going to. And it's going to be cool. This .getignore is not working. Because it should be hiding them when when it works. Why is my .git ignore not ignoring stuff? Ignore. You're a .git ignore for a reason. It's probably something really stupid. Well, we're going to remove it for now. And just do this. Updated. To increase the contrast. And push. Cool, everything's pushed. If we go back and reload this, we should have, there you go, ISO/Arch Live. Which is all of the ISO stuff. We will have a quick look at Stave. Stave is awesome. I want to show it to you. So this is what it looks like right now. This is with a custom config, because it uses Toml for configuration, which is really cool. So you can set if there's a logo path. If I set logo to false, it shouldn't do that. Let's edit that now. It will be under the brand page, I think. If use a logo, else we do. We need to move this area. Well, let's just move this bit. Here. Why is this like this? We can nest this. Logo text is never read. This needs to be first. Else if we can If there's not a logo path, no, if it's not equal to that, we do this. This should work. If there's a logo path, then it checks that there's a valid path. If there's not, then it errors out and panics. But we should only do that if the logo is being used. So actually we should nest this the other way. Like this. And then we need to take this and put it here. Oh, I'm not in. This should now work. If I just build this. Uh-oh, it's broken. It's broken. Oh no, it's not broken. It works. It works perfectly fine. Because we set logo to false. That's what we were fixing. Now it's centered. Before it wasn't. And now we have the logo. Awesome. I do like Rust. I'm a Rustation now. This is the branding page, and we'll have other pages. I'm going to now commit this. Cool, that's everything for this stream. We didn't get to do all of this, but it was more successful than last stream. If you are here, you will know how horribly that went. Let's have a look at Magma WM then. Because we have done this stuff, and we're not doing anything else today. Let's have a look at Magma WM. Versatile, customizable Wayland compositor currently in development, actively seeking contributions. Built with the Smithy library. That's the same one that Neri uses. Programmed in Rust, Magma WM, along with its RON config, provides users with flexibility and customization options. Licensed under MIT. That's cool. Documentation. There's literally nothing right now. Manjaro is not supported. We might base Songbird WM off this. Because this seems like a good start point. And then we can contribute to upstream, obviously. But that's all we're going to do for this stream. I think it's been very successful, actually. We got quite a lot done. We're close to building the ISO. And if you enjoyed, make sure you like. If you have any questions after the stream, drop them in the comments and I will answer them. I should have a video releasing probably this week. If not, yeah, hopefully this coming week. If you want to see more of these streams and make sure you don't miss out, then make sure you subscribe. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for showing up. I hope you have a lovely day or sleep or lunch or whenever you are. But yeah, thank you, and I will see you next stream.